हेड कोच मिकी आर्थर इस वक्त लाहौर में प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे हैं। आपको बराह रास्त लिए चलते हैं।
That's a massive attraction. You know, for me, I wanted to come and coach in the subcontinent at some stage in my coaching career, because if you haven't coached in the subcontinent, you haven't really coached. So that was a massive attraction, coupled with the fact that we need to improve the rankings in ODI cricket without a doubt. We need to improve the rankings in 2020 cricket. We need to become a little bit more consistent. Our Test cricket seems very good at the moment. The Test cricket's been played in conditions conducive, though, to the subcontinent. If we can play well outside the subcontinent, means that the team's really going forward. And those are all challenges that I'm really looking forward to.
Sir, how long? As you said, that we need to improve ranking in one day and T20. How much time it will take you to make us better?
Look, I mean, I've had some fruitful discussions with all the stakeholders. I've had certainly fruitful discussions throughout the last month with Inzi and his selection panel, with Mushi in terms of the young players coming through. So I've got a pretty good indication of where Pakistan cricket is, and a pretty good indication that if we find some players that become long-term players, we need to invest in those players. And if we invest in those players and be consistent with our selection and consistent in the roles that those players have within the team, without a doubt, the team will go from strength to strength.
No doubt you are a man of professionalism, but in Pakistan, there is a lot of problems in the team. Pitching trouble, fitness trouble. How you will handle all these in your first difficult one in this tour?
Look, at the end of the day, it's up to me to build that rapport with the players. It's up to me to give them clear role definition, let them know exactly what their roles are and how they fit in, and also to make sure that they buy into the ethos of where myself, the captain, the selection panel, and the rest of the Pakistan cricket organisation want to take the team. So that's pretty clearly our vision. All those issues I haven't experienced yet, and I will manage them on a day-to-day basis to make sure that they don't impact at all on our performance going forward.
We heard that your contract has a clause that after 1 year on the performance of Pakistan cricket team, you as a PCB will sit down with the mutual understanding that contract will be reissued. And the second part of my question is, there is the assumption that Pakistani cricket is now 5 years, 10 years, it's behind international cricket. How the IPL and the other are playing, how they are moving. So what would be the plan of making to make this generational gap? We can ask the generational gap to reduce this gap, and how much time will it take to reduce this gap?
I'm not sure on the time frame. First of all, I've got a 2-year contract with an option. You're quite right, and we'll sit down and exercise that option at some stage. The length of time is a difficult one to answer. What I know is that I've got a real plan for where we want to take the team. I've watched Pakistan cricket and coached against Pakistan cricket over a long period of time. I've coached in the PSL. I saw firsthand how skillful the players are. There's some really skilled players out here. And it's going to be up to myself and our coaching staff to give those players, as we always say in the profession, the roots to grow and the wings to fly. We give them the roots to go, that's around their technique, that's around giving them the basis to perform. And then we've got to let them go out there. And I don't care if they fail. I don't care if they make mistakes. Professional people are going to make mistakes. As long as we're learning from those mistakes and going forward as a team, I'm going to be happy. I don't want us to fear failure. I think any team that fears failure is a team that struggles. Certainly don't want us to fear failure at all, and we're going to give the players the opportunity to get out there and really perform to the best of their ability.
So there is no clause of one year.
Excuse me.
No.
How you will take the advice of former head coach of Pakistan, Jeff Lawson, who in a press statement has advised you to keep a good relation with the former test cricketer of Pakistan, who are comfortable stay with the Pakistan team?
Look, I think that's important to have a good relationship with ex-players. They players that have gone before us. They players that have worn the country's colours before us, and they must have some really good input and insights to give. So I certainly will keep that channel open. I'm not a guy that's going to come in. and do it my way. I'm going to seek advice from a lot of people. But at the end of the day, I've got an unblinkered view of Pakistan cricket. I've got no allegiances. I've got to anybody. I think I'm in a position where I can come in now and make the decisions required to get Pakistan cricket going forward, and that is my only interest. You know, if that answers the question. Certainly, my input has certainly been taken heed of. I had very good and clear communication with the selection panel before this team was selected. Inzi and I have built a nice relationship. We spent some time chatting, and I know that my opinions will always be taken into account. At the end of the day, it's their job to select the best possible team, but I know that they will do that in consultation with myself and the captain always.
You all know Pakistani team is very unpredictable. It doesn't feel it actually collapse. So what will be the strategy?
Oh, look, the strategy is to make them believe, and make them believe in their own abilities, and make them believe into where we want to take this team. And that belief comes over a period of time. It just doesn't start. If I looked at Pakistanis before, I don't want them to fear failure, because they're very skillful cricketers. Certainly would never want them to fear failure.